Hey everybody, welcome to this month's Man Cave Monday. Man Cave Monday is just like the last one. We're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on in the fishing world, what to expect coming next, go over some small little hints and tips and ideas that might can help you in your home waters. If you're in our area, obviously it should help you if I'm doing correct. But the idea behind Man Cave Monday is to tune in and hopefully pick up some little ideas and, like I say, tips that might help you at home going through various different situations. Like, for instance, right now we're in a big old mess here in the state of Florida, especially in the Nature Coast area, Big Bend region. As you can see, I got the Debt Cat 27 behind me there, sitting there on vacation, waiting for Mother Nature to stop throwing a hissy fit. It's been quite a hissy fit. We're working on about 9 days of hissy fit throwing, and still got a couple left via the weatherman. So we will find out how that goes. But what it has done is it has stirred our water up big time. We're getting huge tidal fluctuations. Some low-lying areas are actually getting flooded on the high tides. The high tides are staying up way longer than normal. Common sense factor here, just the biggest problem that starts happening there is all the bait starts getting shoved around, moved around. The fish really don't know what's going on. It takes a couple of tide cycles for them to kind of, reboot, if you will, fall into some sort of a norm. We're still waiting for the hissy fit to be done so that we can start maybe laying into that settled stage. I don't know. It's been brutal. I thought back many years, and so far I haven't come up with one where we've dealt with a couple of weeks period of time like this in the summer. That's the trick. We had our late winter, so to speak, that bled into spring, and just we didn't think spring was ever going to end. We was in the 70s 2 weeks ago. 77, 78, 79, depending on where you were sitting, just 2 weeks ago. Now we're in a full-fledged hurricane season, if you will. There literally was a tropical storm down south that was brewing. No, I haven't even looked at it today. I'm not sure what it's doing, but anyway, it's something else. I'm hoping that we get some sort of regularity pretty soon. A lot of the species have went deep. Our snook that we have that come in for a summer pattern and lay in some of our shallower areas, they've made a move. I did get out Monday for a little bit. It wasn't nothing normal about it. Couldn't hardly find any bait, couldn't hardly find any fish. It was tough. So what's been happening is all the bad weather and all the fuss and kabuss and kabang and the whole 9 yards. It's been something else. So what to look forward to is this. Here's what I've been telling myself, and this is what I'm hoping for. Hopefully that we will have some sort of regularity coming soon, and what we have lost of our migratory species will return. That's really what I'm hoping for. I'm really hoping to see some regularity happen, and our triple tail, our cobia, our tarpon, those are the main ones that kind of slid in, did their thing out of the normal routine, and then next thing you know, the cool snaps and all the other 9 yards that came along with it, they're gone. So I am hearing some hints or some reports of a few triple tail, up to the north up there, north of us, like St. Mark's and that world. I am hearing a few fish are up that way. We are thinking some of the thoughts behind the red tide, maybe shove them up. I really honestly, I don't know about that. I don't 100% think I believe that, but it won't help things. Biggest thing is I think that cool front. I think all them cool fronts landed on full moons. The triple tail are known to get weird on full moons anyway. All those migratory species are known to get weird on moons. We kept getting cool snaps on cool snaps on cool snaps on the full moons. And that'll make a migratory fish run for the hills. I mean, it really will. Whether they come back or not, we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully they will. Hopefully somewhere here in July, because June's almost over. It's been fussy pretty much the whole time. But hopefully as we get into July, we'll start falling into some sort of regularity. Them species will come back. And, what works for them, the migratory stuff, your triple tail, your structure-oriented fish, or rock or hard bottom flats. I have found several times where they will free swim, lay up sideways, play possum, whatever you want to label that, on that hard bottom, 3, 4, 5 foot flat that has some rock and some hard bottom to it. I have seen them lay up when there's some good numbers around. Out of the norm though, they're a structural oriented fish, a lot like a cobia. Cobias love to clean the stuff, whether it's a turtle, sharks, big sharks, big spotted rays, channel markers, structural oriented fish is a must. That's the starting recipe for the cobia. The biggest next part is seeing one. If you can find you some structure and see a cobia, most likely you can catch him. A lot of the same thing with the triple tail. Very much of the same style between the two, just completely totally different fish, but you can fish them almost the same direction. The tarpon, obviously, you know, chumming or sighting game, that's about your best bets with them. Hopefully they haven't migrated out with all this weather. We had quite a few decent tarpon around. They didn't completely leave. The bigger numbers did, but we did have some around. We're all sitting back hoping for this big shrimp run that we got last year and a couple of 3-4 years before it. We're all sitting back hoping for that big shrimp run to come back through for us again. If it does, it brings a whole different level of game to the deal like it did last year. You could catch them shrimp and feed them redfish, snook. I mean, it was unbelievable. So we're all hoping to see that again here in the Big Bend and Nature Coast area. You know, a lot of our trout and things of that nature, they went deep. They went out there and jumped off on some of them banks out there in 6, 7, even 8 feet of water. So don't be afraid to go out there and set something up where you can get way down. A lot of folks I've talked to said they had some pretty good numbers by just going back old school with the jig only. You know, getting a 1/4 ounce jig, throwing it, raking it, hopping it, flip-flopping it through the bottom of the grass, and leave the bobber out of the deal. Some folks have said they've done a little better luck that way on keepers. That's been some of the talk, you know, in their normal everyday routines. The pop and bobber routine was just drawing a bunch of short fish and things of that nature. So they swapped it up and went deep, and they say that's working for them a little bit. This is pre-unnamed hurricane that we're dealing with. That is, this was before that. I would imagine once everything gets settled down here in the next, like I said, the next week or so, we get some regularity in the tides and the wind, and get a couple of days of shifting. Every 6 hours, tide shifts in low and high, so you get 4 shifts a day. Hopefully that helps bring some offshore water in, settle the bottom, and clean it up. Hopefully we'll be right back to business as normal here in another week. So again, Man Cave Monday is all about sharing a little ideas and some secrets, just sitting down and having a little fishing conversation out of the shop, out of the man cave. And so that's what we do. And we're going to be doing this every month here on the Beyond the Surface TV YouTube channel. So tune in, lock into us. We'll try to help you out here if we can. If you have some things you want us to talk about, feel free, send us a message. We got all the social media platforms, Facebook and Instagram. Reach out to us, drop us some hints, tell us some things you might want us to discuss. We're always open, ears open for some suggestions. One of the things I want to bring up, you know, you seeing me flashing here, sea tow. These stormy weather, all this crazy weather we're having, do not catch yourself out there and a battery go dead or a bilge pump go bad or a wire. It can be as simple as a ground wire or a power wire fail, and you might lose something on your boat. The membership to Sea Tow is under $100 or under $200. Sorry, under $200 a year. Let that soak in. If you need it, that is the cheapest help you will ever find. So look up Sea Tow, grab you a membership for these stormy weather and these long trips and things of that nature. Them guys are all over the coast, up here yonder, all over the U.S. So look into your area, check to make sure the Sea Tow is intact there. Them guys are sitting there waiting for you. Hey, once again, guys, I appreciate you stopping in, checking out the Man Cave Monday session for the month, and chatting with your buddy Captain Danny here. We'll be on the Surface TV. Log in, check us out next month, and thanks for subscribing to the YouTube channel. We appreciate all you guys' support going forward. Have a great day.